Level 1. Street Lookout. You're 16, born outside Corleone, where nobody says the word mafia out loud. They call it the friends of the friends. Your job is simple. Watch the corner outside your uncle's cafe. 2 whistles for police, 3 for a stranger asking questions. You're paid almost nothing. A few euros, a plate of food, a nod from men whose names your mother forbids at dinner. But every task is a test. They're watching to see if you'll fold. One night, a man hands you a sealed envelope. No questions, just deliver it. Inside, unknown to you, are photographs of a judge's daughter, her school gate, her red backpack, her routine. Not a threat, just information. You just did your job well. You don't feel like a criminal yet. You feel chosen. That feeling is the first thing they take from you, and you won't notice it's gone until it's too late to want it back. Level 2. Made man. Soldier. 4 years pass. You're 20 now, and you've been made. A candlelit room, a pricked finger, a burning photograph of a saint pressed into your palm. Betray the family, and you burn the same way. This isn't symbolic. Men who break this oath don't get warnings. They get bullets, left in public as a message. Now you collect the pizzo, protection money, door to door. A bakery pays $200 a month. A new restaurant pays $800, smiling, because they already know the rules. One shop owner refuses, calls you a coward to your face. 3 nights later, his delivery truck is ash in the parking lot. He pays double next time and apologizes for making you wait. You tell yourself this is just business. You stop noticing the fear in people's eyes when you walk in. That's not confidence. That's the first callus forming over whatever you used to be. Level 3. Capo. By 28, you command 10 men of your own. Nothing gets built in Sicily. No hotel, no road, without your family's cut. A developer from the mainland thinks he's smarter than the rules. You warn him once, over coffee. Construction sites are dangerous. He doesn't listen. A month later, a crane malfunctions. 2 workers die. He pays after that, extra, quietly, to the families, so no one asks questions. You're rich now. An olive grove hides the money. Tourists buy your oil, never knowing what it's really funding. But wiretaps are catching pieces of your voice. You stop using phones. You start walking in circles through the trees during meetings, so no microphone can lock onto a clean signal. You've gained territory, money, men who answer to you. You've lost the ability to speak freely in your own country. Power, you're learning, is just a slower kind of prison. Level 4. Consigliere. At 40, you're the consigliere, the mind, not the muscle. Every alliance, every war, passes through you first. You own a mayor, 2 councilmen, a police captain who warns you before every raid. Tens of millions move through construction firms and EU farm subsidies, laundered clean. In public, you sponsor the summer festival. In private, you decide who lives when a rival family gets ambitious. This year, that decision costs a childhood friend his life, a man you played football with as a boy, caught skimming money. You don't pull the trigger. You never do anymore. That's the price of power. Your hands stay clean, but your soul doesn't. You've become the kind of man who can order a death and still make it to church on Sunday. You no longer ask whether that should be possible. Level 5. Underboss. By 50, you're the underboss, second only to the man at the top. 5 capos report to you. Your network now moves cocaine from Colombia through West Africa into Europe, alongside the Ndrangheta and the Camorra. Old rivals, now partners in profit. You never touch product, never touch cash. Everything hides behind shell companies and Dubai real estate. But the DIA and FBI have been watching for over a year. Your driver, 15 years loyal, closer than family, was arrested last month. He's wearing a wire now. You don't know that yet. You still trust him completely. At this level, the danger isn't the rival families or the police. It's the quiet certainty that someone close to you has already decided your freedom is worth less than their own. Final level. Boss. Now you're the boss. The Capo Dei Capi. Hundreds of made men answer to you. Thousands more work in shadow. Your empire moves €1 billion a year through drugs, extortion, and garbage contracts nobody thinks to question. You haven't slept in your own bed in 11 years. You live in a bunker beneath a farmhouse, reached through a hidden tunnel behind a wine cellar wall. Messages travel by pizzini, folded paper, hand to hand, untraceable. The state hasn't seen your face in a decade. You're a ghost. But every year you hide, someone below you grows hungrier. Someone above the law grows more desperate to end the embarrassment of a king no one can find. It ends in silence, not gunfire. A cousin's phone, tapped by accident. A pizzino, finally decoded. A soldier facing 30 years who decides silence isn't worth it anymore. Before sunrise, officers surround the farmhouse. They find the wall, the tunnel, the bunker, and you, older than your last known photo, aged by hiding while your legend grew louder than you ever were. No shootout, no last stand. You always knew this day existed. Every boss's story ends one of two ways: a courtroom or a coffin. You get the courtroom. Cameras capture your silence as prosecutors read decades of crimes into the record. You say nothing, the same silence you once demanded from every frightened boy on every street corner. Life in prison, total isolation, no visitors beyond blood, no voice left to give. But the empire doesn't die with you. It never was about you. A son, a nephew, an ambitious capo who traded a little truth for a lighter sentence. Someone always steps into the space you leave behind. The contracts continue. The pizzo still gets collected. Same streets, new faces. Somewhere tonight, a boy sits on a corner, watching the road, waiting for an envelope he doesn't understand yet. Your name becomes a whisper, a warning mothers use to keep their sons out of certain cafes. This organization survived Mussolini. It survived the largest trial in criminal history. It buried the judges who died trying to kill it. It will survive you too, without pausing to remember your name. You were never the empire. You were just the name it wore for a while, and the price you paid to wear it was everything you started with.